Right. Okay. So I want to express in the strongest possible terms my grave disappointment, and indeed our government's grave disappointment, at the campaign of misinformation that is being waged in relation to major developmental projects, and in particular, most recently, in relation to the Amaila Falls hydropower project. Viewers would be aware that the Amaila Falls project is a project that was subject to extremely detailed study, and viewers would be aware that the Amaila Falls project is a project that was subject to extremely detailed study and analysis by international technical experts, subject matter experts. It's a project that was examined by international development agencies, by bilateral partners, in particular Norway, and it's a project that was also examined by major international investors. In fact, if we were to cast our minds back to the pre-2014 period, we had brought, the then People's Progressive Party government had brought the Amaila Falls project to a point where we had a major, large, credible international investor who was ready and willing to invest in this project. It would be recalled that notwithstanding the willingness and readiness of this major international investor to invest in this project, it would be recalled that the then APNU AFC used their one-seat majority while in opposition to derail and ultimately to frustrate the project. Had the then APNU AFC not done so, Amaila Falls would in fact not only would construction have commenced, but construction by now would have been completed, and Amaila would have been generating electricity and supplying electricity to the national grid. As a direct consequence of the APNU AFC derailing Amaila during the pre-2015 period, we don't have Amaila Falls producing electricity today. What is particularly significant is that when they assumed office in 2015, they then themselves commissioned a study to be done by an international consulting entity by the name of Norconsult, a Norwegian consulting agency that does international work. Norconsult did an extensive study and concluded in very favorable terms that the Amaila Falls project was the best option for Guyana to transition to clean and renewable energy. That report is publicly available. The APNU AFC commissioned the Norconsult study, received the report, notwithstanding that the study concluded favorably in relation to Amaila Falls. They didn't proceed with Amaila Falls. Significantly, they didn't propose an alternative. So it wasn't the case that they said, we're not going to go with Amaila, but we're proposing an alternative to transition Guyana to clean and renewable energy by an investment at scale, such as Amaila. No alternative was produced. And so for 5 years, absolutely nothing was done. And a project that was investor ready and a project that had an investor that was willing to participate was instead derailed. We gave a commitment to the people of Guyana. The People's Progressive Party gave a commitment to the people of Guyana that on our return to office, we will resume work to put Amaila Falls back on track and to secure the construction of the project. Having returned to office, we have initiated that work, and we've started with the benefit of all of the prior analysis that was done, all of the prior studies that were done by all of the international experts, all of the reports that we have resumed work to bring Amaila back to reality and to ultimate completion, so that our country can receive the benefit of electricity generated by Amaila. Let me be crystal clear that the resumption of this campaign of misinformation has one objective in mind, the same objective that the same objective of the same misinformation campaign during the pre-2015 period, and that is to frustrate development, to deny the people of Guyana the benefits of development as long as a People's Progressive Party civic government is in office. Prior to 2015, the misinformation and misrepresentation campaign had one objective: to frustrate development and to make sure that the people of Guyana don't enjoy development because a PPP government was in place. During the 2015 to 2020 period, the APNU AFC, because of their incompetence, because of the bankruptcy of ideas that they have, because of their ineptitude and inability to even identify suitable projects, much less to develop them and implement them, there was absolutely no development, including in renewable energy. Now that the People's Progressive Party is back in government, and we are making rapid progress towards addressing this long-standing problem that our country has had with electricity, the naysayers are once again at work peddling their misinformation with the sole objective of derailing this project. But let me make this very clear. This People's Progressive Party government is firmly committed to delivering development to the people of Guyana. We're firmly and unwaveringly committed to delivering development to the people of Guyana, whether it is in energy infrastructure so that we can increase our electricity generation, reduce the cost of electricity generation, improve the reliability of electricity generation and distribution, with a view to promoting not only lower electricity bills for people at home, but lower electricity bills for investors who are dependent on electricity for their economic activity, things like manufacturing enterprises, which will in turn generate jobs, create jobs for Guyanese people, generate incomes for Guyanese people. Those are the benefits that will flow from a project such as Amaila. When we speak about Amaila and the gas-to-energy project, we're speaking about increasing Guyana's electricity generating capability by 500 megawatts. We're speaking about reducing the cost of electricity to the final consumer by at least 50%. We're speaking about creating an environment whereby manufacturers and industrial companies will be faced with an energy bill that is half of what they're facing right now. That, as a consequence, unavoidable consequence, will mean job creation, income generation. And then within households, being able to enjoy an adequate and uninterrupted supply of electricity at half of the cost that currently households are faced with. And so this is our commitment to the people of Guyana, to ensure that we deliver development in all its aspects and facets. Energy infrastructure in the case of adequate electricity, but also transport infrastructure to ensure that people are able to move from one community to another, to ensure that lands are opened up for productive activity, to ensure that commuter inconvenience is reduced, things like easing traffic congestion, etc. This is why we're rolling out the aggressive transport infrastructure agenda. A heavy investment in social infrastructure, education and health, because we want everybody to be able to enjoy world-class health care. You would know that we've articulated an agenda for building out several new hospitals. In the budget we announced 6 new hospitals are going to be built. We have an aggressive program also to ensure that we achieve and maintain universal primary education and also universal secondary education, and improve access to tertiary education, including through online programs like the Gold Scholarship Program. And I could go on, improving the coverage of our water network and improving the quality of water that we deliver to households, just to name a few aspects of our development agenda. This is our commitment, and it's a commitment that we're going to deliver on. And so Amaila Falls is a critical element of a broader policy agenda to ensure that we deliver development to the people of Guyana. And like I said, it's extremely unfortunate, and I want to express the government's grave disappointment that the naysayers are at it again. peddling their campaign of misinformation as they did prior to 2014. But thankfully, the people of Guyana are far better informed now. The people of Guyana have seen that Amaila was attacked and derailed and no alternative was produced. A NORConsult report was commissioned. It said that Amaila was the best option, and nevertheless the APNU AFC did not implement it. Well, this government is going to implement it. And this government is going to deliver increased electricity supply, greater electricity reliability in the electricity network, reduced costs to consumers, and, like I said, a much broader development agenda aimed at improving the lives of all Guyanese people. Very good. Thank you very much.